It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely! I'm almost there! Random! Why are there so many stairs? Podcast! Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the absolutely completely random podcast for Saturday, July 9th, 2022. I'm your host, as usual, here on the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. I'm Andrew Rhodes, and welcome, everyone, to what I like to call Nightmare on Hell Street. We're like 3 blocks over from Elm Street. We can't afford to live on Elm Street, but we can afford to live on Hell Street. So, what am I talking about this week? Well, unfortunately, we lost a really great individual this week. The creator of Yugioh has died. That's right. Kazuki Takahashi has passed away at the age of 60. So that's not a good way to really start off this podcast. But he passed away this week, so that's not good. There is a new TikTok trend that is pissing off movie theaters, to the point that they're so annoyed they are banning people in suits. I will explain that one. Kyoto Animation is set to mark the 3rd year anniversary of the Arson Attack with a memorial video stream, which honestly does sound interesting, because that is a perfect rising of the Phoenix story here. It really is. I mean, they rose right back up from that. That is really impressive, and really, I'm really happy for them. However, there's also one other weird thing I want to talk about this week. Stranger Things creators are making a new live-action Death Note for Netflix. I thought we've done this already. I thought we've done live-action Death Notes, and they didn't work. None of them. Not a single one. You had 2 movies that freaking failed. You had that Elle Saves the World, which was a god-awful shit show that was like fan service done wrong. Then you had a actual live-action Netflix series, I thought, with the characters, and now we're getting this. To quote Angry Joe's tweet, please no. Or, no please, thank you. Thank you, no. Yeah. So I'm going to be talking about all that this week here on the absolutely completely random podcast. Before we get into that, though, this usual song and dance is brought to you by Andrew's eBay page, ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. I have a wide variety of stuff for sale. Please, for the love of God, buy something, or if you don't want to buy anything, please share it around to other people. They might want to buy something. Trading cards, DVDs, action figure parts, what have you. One person's trash is always another person's treasure. I mean, who the hell cares anymore at this point, but you never know. So that's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. I also have a Etsy page now, Simple Design by Andrew. It's kind of interesting. There's a t-shirt thingy, link to that's in the description. There's also the Ko-fi and Patreon page if you want to help support the channel, and at this point, help support me. I'm not exactly expecting anything to pan out anymore because I'm giving the fuck up in life, but yes, there is that. So I have, there's Etsy, there's Ko-fi, there's Patreon, there's eBay for me. I have that t-shirt thing. You can follow me over on Twitter, How to Take Your Roads, and you can also check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can be made aware of when new videos drop right here on the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. Alright, so, how'd my week go? It was a shit show? No, you know what? Me saying that makes it sound like it was good. No, my week was worse than that. It was worse than a shit show. So, as a lot of you know, I'm unemployed right now. I was let go at the nice little full-time job I had, ironically about a month ago, a little over a month ago. It was on the 7th of June that I got let go, and it's now the 9th of July. So a little over a month ago, I was let go. And I've been searching for a job. I've been putting out applications left, right, and sideways, and I'm not hearing much of anything back. And the ones that I am hearing stuff back for, it's either I get past hurdle 1, and then when they look at my resume and they go, well, why were you let go from your position after only 3 weeks? Then that shoots up a red flag to them, and then there goes my application. Literally, that is how this has been going. So I've been doing some odd things, trying, like I said, I started up an Etsy page, which is not doing anything. That's literally just a waste of my time at this point. Trying to figure out ways to improve my YouTube channel, which at this point, after the little bit of a critique I got from some people on Twitter yesterday, one was good, one was bad. I'm kind of thinking, you know what? I think I've wasted I've wasted over 5 years of my life, or almost 6 years of my life here, which, honestly, let's face it, I probably have. That was all pretty much like the aftermath. So basically, Sunday I started up the Etsy shop. So Sunday was the 3rd. Monday was 4th of July. I didn't really do much of anything. Fireworks. People were jackasses. I really couldn't have given 2 shits anymore. Tuesday was just a dull day. Wednesday, though, was where shit hit the fucking fan for me. So, first off, Wednesday was when I just kind of woke up. I already had a bit of a headache, and I knew what I had to do. Since I'm not working right now, the one relation of mine was like, well, I could use somebody to drive me around because, they have a medical condition right now. They're not able to drive right now. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll drive you around. I don't mind doing that. What the hell? I got to use their vehicle anyway so that they can get in and out easy. All right, that's fine. I don't care. And they kind of let it slip. This is the same relation that's in charge. This is the executive of my grandfather's estate. He kind of let it slip that I'm going to have to take a loan out if I want to get the house. If I want to keep a roof over my head and my mom's head, I'm going to have to take a loan out. And immediately, my mind instantly kicks in. Okay? Instantly kicks over to, why do I have to take a loan out for you to sign the house over? Boom. Mind clicks. I got to buy the damn thing. I'm going to have to buy the whole damn property. I know what the house is down that it's assessed at. It's not worth what it's assessed at. For starters, it's not even worth that. It's nowhere near worth that. Not even close. And I'm going to have to pay for the whole damn thing. So that has given me a whole new plateau of stress. You figure, my stress level, prior to me getting let go, was actually sort of decent. All of a sudden, you're going to have to find a job because you're going to have to take out a loan because you're going to have to buy this house if you want to keep living there. Now, all of a sudden, new stress level, whole new plateau. And this one's worse than what it was when my grandfather was in the hospital dying. Now, this is like 8,000 feet higher plateau we're talking. This thing basically, at this point, this plateau dwarfs Mount Kilimanjaro. To put it in perspective, that's basically what it's dwarfing right now. And that's my new stress level. That's where I'm stuck at. That was Wednesday. Needless to say, that broke me. The constant complaining that I don't have a job, I don't have a job. Well, why'd they let you go? Well, did you call this place? Did you put in applications here, and here? I've been putting in applications every single fucking place. Then he goes, well, you're going to have to start going out of the area and start finding places further away because you need to find a job. We got to get this house thing settled. You're going to have to take out a loan because you got to make sure you have a job with a couple months worth of income showing so that in case you need to take a loan out. What the hell? Yeah, because I'm going to have to pay for the damn thing. So that's my new stress level now, my new plateau, which has not been good for my mental health. Let me put it this way. And I'm the type of person that I will do full transparency. I will not sugarcoat anything. If something in my life is going to pot, believe me, I will tell you, because you will be able to tell. Just from like the way I'm talking, the way I seem, if something doesn't come up, I am the type of person I will do full transparency. I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit. So, this new level of stress, which I did not need, by the way. So this new level of stress has made sleeping impossible. And I mean, it is impossible now for me to get any sleep. I tried Wednesday night to get some sleep. Nope. I tried, I think I fell asleep a little bit Thursday morning. Then I had to go drive this relation around again quick. They had an appointment later in the morning, so it was just a quick, I just need to go here and here quick. Is that all right with you? Yeah, that's fine by me. And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, I'll be in touch with you about next week, unless you have to go to work. It's like, they're pissed off because I didn't have a job within a fucking week. And now it's my fault. So now I have that stress weighing on me. The fact that I now feel like I'm a failure again weighing on me. The fact that I can't seem to get anything to go right anymore for me. And this has been my week. Ever since Wednesday, my mindset has been 100% I have fucked up. Tremendously. This is worse than how I felt when I was let go. Because now, it's nothing I do. Nothing I do at all. It's not even that it's good enough for this person. Nothing I do at all seems to be good, period. Because now everything I'm looking at, I'm thinking, why did I do this? I shouldn't have done this. My mom went to the grocery store, came back with groceries, and I didn't even tell her this, but I'm pretty sure the look on my face and just my body language probably gave it away. I'm looking at this like, why did you buy me this? Why did you buy this and this? You could have saved the money and not bought me anything. I could have just survived on fucking water. Because now I feel like I shouldn't be eating anything. Now I feel like I shouldn't be breathing the fucking air. And this is now my mental state, all thanks to this. That's what I did not fucking need right now, and that's what I got. Then, just to really rub salt in the wound, I put some stuff up on Etsy. I had free listing that somebody on YouTube, I thought it was like, okay, it was like a free, you get like 100 listings for free. No, it was a special promo thing. It was only supposed to be for a select group of people. So Etsy had to discontinue that. So I got 5 of them for free. Any more, you got to pay the 20-cent listing fee. Oh, great. Now I feel like I owe Etsy an extra $1 when it comes due. It's fine. If they want to charge it to me, be my guest. I'm probably not going to be, in all honesty, unless this stuff actually sells, which it's not going to, because I suck at art. I suck, and I'm starting to come to the realization of it. I'll just discontinue that then by like September. It's like I'm giving myself to like the end of August, beginning of September. If nothing sells, then fuck it. I'm done. I basically, here's the TLD, don't fucking care for those of you out there that don't really give a shit and just want to get this over with. I'm a fucking failure. I feel like a fucking failure. According to a couple people on Twitter, my channel is a disgrace to YouTube and I should just give it the fuck up. Because apparently nobody wants to just listen to me with a static image of the static image I made in Movie Maker. And that was how the one person put it. And the other person, while their criticism was a little kinder, it still was going on pretty much along the same thing that, you know, you really need to start putting other video clips in this stuff, which I don't want to do because of copyright. But I guess if I want to keep doing YouTube, I'm going to have to do that, which I don't want to do. So here's the truth of it at this point. This is basically where it's going. I don't know how much longer I'm going to have my YouTube channel. Because I could wake up tomorrow morning and say, fuck it, and that's it. Put out one more video saying, hey, this is the last video that's going to go out. When the podcast goes up, that's it. I'm done. I don't know anymore. Because I don't know what to fucking do. I'm broken mentally. I'm not sleeping anymore. If I am sleeping, it's like micro naps at this point. Because I know I've been waking up like every couple hours during the night. I know mentally and psychologically I am fucked completely. I'm broken beyond repair at this point. And I don't know what the hell to do. Because in order to basically appease everybody in my life, I mean, my mom's content. At least I assume she's content. But she's probably not. She's probably saying, yeah, I'm happy just so that I won't feel horrible. But, so, I feel like I'm failing her then, too. I'm screwing over a friend of ours that I said, no, because her and my mom were working on this thing to go up so that my mom could go up and keep an eye on her mom, during the day. And I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine, because at the time I was working a job that I could walk to work. I didn't have to use the car. Now it's like, well, great. So now I'm going to screw her over. Now I feel like I'm going to end up having to screw her over because I need to appease these other people in order to keep a roof over our heads because I'm not supposed to do anything else. And it's breaking me mentally. And it seems that no matter what I fucking do, no matter what I touch, no matter what I goddamn try, it just 100% goes to pot. I don't want to put video clips in of other stuff to avoid copyright. Because I've seen what the copyright shit does. It brings channels to their fucking knees because that's the end of it. And it's like, no, you need to do this. If you want to be a successful YouTuber, you need to do this. I don't know why you're doing this way. It's never going to work. Apparently, my YouTube name sucks. My channel sucks. My videos suck. I suck. And this has been my week. Literally. So, that's how my week's gone. It's not been pleasant. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to come right out and... I am the type of person that I will give full transparency. If something blows, I will tell you. I was talking to my one friend on Facebook yesterday, and he was like... He's trying to be all spiritual, trying to tell me, hey, you know, everybody has a meaning. I said, well, then what the hell's mine? Because I'm fucking up left, right, and sideways along all these lines. I can't seem to do anything right. Everything I'm touching at this point turns to crap. Then he goes, what type of work are you looking for? Retail, warehouse? I wanted to get the hell out of retail because I see it as a dead horse that won't fall the fuck over. I really do. In fact, I still see it like that. But now, it's like, I don't know what the hell to do. I don't know what the hell to do. I wanted to find a job that I could do from home. No, I'm not allowed to do that because I'm not going to make enough money to appease the person whose ass I have to kiss in order to keep a roof over my head and my mom's. I'm not allowed to work from home. I'm not allowed to do anything that involves me using the computer online because God forbid, it's not what I am designed for. I am not intelligent enough to do anything like this. I have to just pick stuff up and put them down. General labor, that's all I'm skilled for. So that has been my week. That's my mental mindset. I am fucked completely. So there you go. Like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I will do full transparency on here. You want to know what's going on in my life? There you go. That's what's going on. So whether or not this channel survives much longer, I honestly do not know. Because I'm at my mental breaking point, and I don't know what the hell to do anymore. I have no idea what to do. I'm at my mental breaking point, and nothing I do is working, and everything I touch is falling apart. I'm waiting for the point, honest to God, because just how fucked up I've been lately. I'm waiting for me to drop something at, like, the post office or a convenience store or something, and then just start bawling. That's what I'm waiting for at this point. But yeah, so that's been my week. That's been my week. So let's get into this. Some stuff to talk about. So, the creator of Yugioh has sadly passed away. Kazuki Takahashi. His career has spanned 5 decades. He was 60 years old, which means he started when he was like 10. Damn. But yeah, so he was best known for creating the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. Yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh manga and the popular card game it's based on. He was found dead. NHK reported it via the English language story in the Japanese Times. A body was found floating while wearing snorkeling gear in the waters off Nago, Okinawa Prefecture Wednesday morning. Japanese Coast Guard officials confirmed on Thursday that the body belonged to Takahashi and are currently looking into the cause of death. So it could just be accidental. He was probably snorkeling, could have gotten caught in a rip current or something. So there's a lot of things to look into if that's what it was. He began his manga career in 1982 and for the next 14 years struggled to find success on titles like Fighting Hawk and Tennen Shoku. Danji Bure. Okay. In 1996, however, he released Yu-Gi-Oh! And the rest was history. He became one of the most popular creators out there. And honestly, literally just the amount of people paying homage to him was impressive. I changed. There's a group of us on Twitter that to show our, in honor of him, to show our homage for till this coming Friday, we actually changed our avatar, our profile picture to our favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card. For me, it's number 39, Utopia. Because I did love that card. That was one of my, I have some other favorites, but that was one that I definitely liked a lot when it first came out. I don't know what it was that drew me to it, but I just liked it so much. But in addition to creating the manga, Takahashi, who had some experience in games design, also designed a broad outline of a card game originally called Magic and Wizards, but later changed to Duel Monsters, featured in the series itself. Now, to be fair, if we want to go and look at Season 0, which is what the fans have so lovingly nicknamed the original Yu-Gi-Oh series, Season 0 dealt with all types of games. Monster World, which was what Duel Monsters would later become out of. So this is it. So, Monster World was like the last arc of the entire original Yu-Gi-Oh series. Save for, I think the very last episodes were about a board game. If you ever read the manga, I think it was actually called Monster World. It's like a board game where they're taking on Zerg. Or Zerk or Zork or something. And they're playing against the evil spirit of Bakor's Ring. So, yeah, there was that. But Duel Monsters as we know it, which is what the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, so basically Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, GX, 5Ds, Zexal, Arc 5, Links or Vrains and Sevens is based off of, was born off of that. It's featured in the series itself, after which Popular Request first released in 1999 as an actual trading card game in Japan by Konami and blew up. Basically, they saw how great the trading cards were in the manga, and they wanted to emulate it in real life. It's like, yeah, we can do that. And then they started printing them out in real life, and that's why if you ever watch, and this is the cool thing that you learn, was that in the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, the reason why a lot of the rules were massively different than the card game, they were still creating the rules for the card game when the manga was coming out. So the manga came out first, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, we need to come up with the rules for these cards. We can't exactly pull the same stint that they're pulling here. Yeah, you got a point there. That's going to be kind of weird. So that's when they kind of changed the rules, but then it was like in Battle City, that's when the Battle City rules, save for the Fusion Monster one, all the other Battle City rules were basically similar to what the real-life Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules were, and then they were just adapted then straight on afterwards. Of course, you could just figure it was because of Kaiba's Duel Disk, you had no choice but to do it that way because they were already programmed like that and they couldn't be reprogrammed, so. But, yeah. It saw an American release in 2002 and is still popular around the world today, with the OCG, basically the original card game in Japan, and the TCG, or the trading card game, here in the States. So, yeah. Alongside the manga, which now has sold tens of millions of copies, and probably will sell more now, and card game, which has sold tens of billions, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has also inspired a range of other media appearances, like several long-running anime series, a number of motion pictures. You had Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, Pyramid of Light, Bonds Beyond Time, Dark Side of Dimensions. Those were the only three technically you had. There were some, I think they were Japanese only ones, but the three that we got worldwide releases were those three. Book releases and, of course, video game adaptations, which there's shit tons of, including Master Duel, which I think a lot of the players now are paying homage to Takahashi in that, which is really sweet. And in all honesty, what would be really nice is they should put, like, a character or something, like, I'm gonna say this, and it would be really nice if they would do this, like, down the road, just literally as an homage to him, okay, that will live on forever, is you basically pull Pokemon in a way, where if you ever play Pokemon Black and White, you can actually take on the one game creator from Game Freak. What they should do is they should create a Yu-Gi-Oh game. I don't like for consoles and online stuff. I don't care. I don't care what the hell it's for, but make it so that the final opponent, like you can battle this person all the time, just a random NPC. Have it be Takahashi, just as like a complete and wonderful homage to him for his legacy to forever live on. All of a sudden, it's like you climb this stairway, and sitting all the way at the top of this throne is the actual king of games himself. Like, you take on, like, some of the popular characters from, like, the anime and that, and you take on Yami Yugi, and you're like, okay, I'm now the king of games, and then Yami goes, well, I would say you are the king of games, however, there is one even higher up these stairs than I, and you can just, like, challenge him all the time. You go up the stairs, and it's Takahashi. I think that would be a really nice homage to him. It'd be really sweet to just have that in there. But, of course, I don't see that. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know. It would be nice, but I don't see it happening. But, yeah, so Master Duel was at one point pulling it over 200,000 concurrent players on Steam. I think it kind of has dropped a bit, but still. Takahashi had been active, though, in the comic scene. He was still involved in broader creative decisions on Yu-Gi-Oh! And it was only 2 weeks ago that a Marvel collaboration he had worked on involving Iron Man and Spider-Man was published. So it's really sad that that's like the last thing he had a hand in. I know that there have been many people that were like, well, what are we going to do? You know, is this going to be the end of Yu-Gi-Oh? No, in all honesty, it's not. At this point, you've pretty much had it going for so many years that it's not going to just disappear. It's not going to die off. They're not going to say, well, that's it. Creator's dead. Time to kill this thing off. Because by this point, he's had a hand in it, but I'm pretty sure because you have like X amount of stuff that's being congruent all the time, you have other people that are like, he's been training them like, hey, look, because you have the mangakais that they get sick, like the World Trigger manga artist. You have the Hunter x Hunter manga artist that they have illnesses. They're human. They're susceptible to this stuff. And all of a sudden, it's like, well, what happens if they get sick? Like, really sick and they can't do anything. That's what you need assistance for. And you need, like, co-creators. And I guarantee you he was probably like, look, at some point, I'm going to get old and die. Or something could happen. I could wind up paralyzed in a hospital bed or something. And this way, the series can keep going because you'll have an idea of what to do. And then, if need be, you can spin it off into your own thing. You'll have my blessing. If something happens, you're in charge. I'm pretty sure that that's what's happened. If not, hey, it had a good run manga-wise, but I'm pretty sure because I remember seeing something that it's going to keep going. They're not going to kill it off anytime soon. Granted, it's probably going to take a hiatus if there is still like an ongoing manga series with it. It is probably going to take a hiatus, which is understandable and respectable. But yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it ending per se. So there is that. But as always here on the podcast, when somebody passes, we should give a moment of silence. And it is more solely true for this one. Kazuki Takahashi has brought so many people together, both with the card game, with the manga itself, the anime series, and just everything else. So I think it is just completely worthy if we could please have a moment of silence for him. I do apologize for the fan though in the background, but it is a little warm in here. But yes, let's have a moment of silence if we may. Thank you, Takahashi. May your legacy live on forever, King of Games. Okay, so if people didn't need another reason to hate the Minions, because there are people that do hate them. I don't know why. I think they're nice. I think they're funny. In all honesty, my mom and I get a kick out of them. And if I ever need like a little bit of a stress reliever, granted it's not working now, but I usually would pop on a Minions video or something, or I would look at because I actually do have a little, my friend got me, or gave me something. She's like, well, you could sell this on eBay. This was years ago. It was a toy. I think it was from like a Happy Meal. Hold on a second. It was made for something. There's like a little, it's a minion in a night suit. I have it on my laptop bag. and is always with me. I have it on my laptop bag. It's just a minion with a little knight and like a little knight suit with a Gru shield, and I've always kept that. So, for me, yeah, I like the minions. I think the minions are kind of cool. So obviously, I have no beef with them, but there are people that think that they're little annoyances, that they're Illumination's cash machine, that they're just wrong. First off, I liked the Minions movie. When I got it on DVD, I loved the hell out of that thing. That was freaking hilarious. I loved that thing. However, the new Minions movie, The Rise of Gru, has brought with it some unwelcome attention, courtesy of a TikTok trend called #GentleMinions. And it's driving some movie theaters freaking nuts. Literally. So Universal Pictures approves of Gen Z dressing up in suits and coming out in droves to see Minions: The Rise of Gru as part of this new TikTok craze, which hopefully will die. It probably will now after this. But some theaters are done with it. They are fucking finished. So, apparently cinemas have been canceling screenings and banning people that are coming there dressed in suits. Now, I have two different articles up here because I don't know if the LA Times one will come up for everybody or not. So the social media challenge is encouraging youngsters to don formal attire and go absolutely bananas in the theater for the titular yellow sidekicks. Now, you would think, okay, so a bunch of people are coming dressing in suits and ties to a movie theater. Well, okay, they're emulating what their great-grandparents probably did back in their day, because that was the whole thing. This is the main issue that I always had when you're talking about generations, is that my grandparents' generation, they had to dress really nice. Like, if you went shopping, you're in a goddamn suit and a tie. You're in a suit and a tie just to go to the fucking grocery store. You need to keep up this look like I am the greatest. When freaking denim jeans were created and t-shirts became the norm, all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, they're underdressed. This isn't right, and they were uncomfortable with it. Now all of a sudden you get Gen Zers. It's like, oh, see, I guarantee you there are probably some people that are elderly yet, that were like that generation, that are seeing this going, that's how everybody should be dressing. Damn it. So the trend has been credited online for helping Minions: The Rise of Gru break 4th of July records during its opening weekend at the domestic box office, which, yeah, okay. Sometimes viral stuff online and challenges do help make movies go crazy. However, there is a downside to this. Some theaters are contending that the black tie trend has gotten out of hand. Disturbed parents and children who are just trying to enjoy a family outing at the movies, which you figure for $30 a pop, that would piss me off too, no offense. On TikTok, the GentleMinions hashtag has amassed more than 7 million views, and one of the earliest videos tied to the trend has racked up more than 35 million. Clips on the app have shown masses of mostly young men descending upon their local cinemas in fancy outfits, chomping on the Minions' favorite food, bananas, and moshing in front of the screen. Over the weekend, though, one of the TikTok users shamed everyone who came to see Minions in suits for spilling popcorn all over the floor. I actually did, and this would have been last weekend, I actually did see that. It was up on Twitter then, too. I actually did see that. So, in response to this, following the gentle Minions trend and the recent disturbances, any group of guests, all right, in formal attire will be refused entry for showings of Minion: The Rise of Gru. And this was a sign that read at the Ogden cinemas, and it's gone viral on social media. Now, here's the thing, because I know somebody out there is going to go, they can't do that. Actually, they can. All businesses, and this is pretty much standard for everywhere. It's not just a U.S. thing. It's just pretty much everywhere. They do have the right to refuse service. If anybody, now, quote me, like I said, it's usually the same everywhere. It might have changed over the last decade or two. But there was a sign in a lot of places when I was growing up here in the States where there was a sign that said, no shirt, no shoes, no service. So basically, you can't come in there without a shirt on. You can't come in there with no shoes on. And if you do, if you don't have shoes on, or you don't have a shirt on, or you have neither of those on, forget it. We're not serving you. Now, there are medical exceptions to this. Like, let's say somebody has a foot condition and they cannot wear shoes. They usually have sandals or something on covering their feet. But they have a little card that's like, hey, no, wait a minute. Oh, okay. See, I have a medical condition, and then they can't refuse them. Because they have a medical condition. And most of the time, to be fair, though, most of the time they are going through the drive-thru. They won't go in line, or they'll wait outside in the car. And they have somebody else go in for them. So there are times when there are exceptions to the rules. But one major theater chain said the TikTok phenomenon had a largely positive effect in terms of galvanizing an audience that wouldn't typically rally for a kids movie, which is true, because most of the people that are going to see this with this are teenagers. Teenagers for a kids movie. That, first off, is amazing. Unfortunately, though, it's not going so well. It's resulted in some minor property damage, disrupting screenings, which is not happy. Now, there is a solution to this, and I'm amazed that nobody thought of this. Like, okay, the minute this started going crazy, they should have looked at this and said, okay, we have a solution for this. Most theaters usually have first weekend showings of movies like this on 2 screens, because they want to make sure they can get as many people in there as possible to get as much money as possible. Because remember, the theaters don't get squat the first week. They get like, I think it's like maybe 5% if they're lucky, but the theaters, the production companies and that, they get the majority of it the first weekend. The second weekend, they get more of it. That's when the theaters start getting a cut. Now, keep in mind, the theaters still charge popcorn and stuff like that, but they do get something out of that first weekend. So it would make sense to just say, okay, here we go. We'll put anyone that wants to come in a suit and tie in theater 2 of the showing, and the regular families get theater 1. And it's really easy to see which is which. That would have been a simple solution. And a lot of this is over right now overseas. At least this article here from the LA Times. So a spokesperson for the Mallard Cinema, an island in the English Channel in Guernsey, told the BBC the trend has been absolutely heartbreaking for the theater, which has suffered a massive financial blow from all the refunds it has had to offer because of spoiled screenings. I would have just said, hey, how about this? Come back tomorrow. Hold it. See, now, here's the thing. You don't actually have to give back refunds, okay? Here's the thing. You don't have to give back refunds. They could have just given them a rain check ticket, which is basically, look, we're sorry that your movie was, wrong because of either the film cut out, the theater had an issue, the AC was off or something, and it was ungodly hot in there. Your viewing screening was not good. This is a ticket that is good to come back and see it next weekend, and we guarantee you it will be fixed by then. See, right there. They could have did that, just put down like how many? 3, how many? 4, and then just gave them that one voucher. Then that family just has to come back that next weekend, or even the next day, give them the ticket and go, here you go. And they go, okay, yep, not a problem. And then by then they have the plan in place of anybody in suits goes in theater A, and the families go in theater B. Right there is the solution to your problem. Honest to God, that is the easiest solution. But yeah, it's too that. They've had families though who won't even go back into the screen when we've tried to sort it out. Which, yeah, that makes sense. Families leaving before the film has even started, and of course the children have been in tears. Okay, see, if the movie didn't even start yet, yeah, then they do have to give refunds, technically. In a Tuesday statement provided by the Times, Regency Theater's president Lyndon Golan said, "We are aware of this trend and thus far have only had a positive experience with young men seeing Minions: The Rise of Gru movie in suits and ties, aka Gentle Minions, as well as young ladies dressed in yellow t-shirts and overalls, okay, which resemble the Minions. We haven't experienced bad behavior at our locations, and it has only added to the movie-going experience, making it a fun, festive atmosphere. With good behavior, this trend has been a tangible reminder of how great it is to have the movie-going experience back." That's from the Los Angeles Times. So now, here's from IGN. So, disconnecting groups across the US and the UK have gathered, and they're not happy about a lot of stuff going on with this. But yeah, there's the whole, you can actually see everybody. There's a picture here of from Twitter, of all the Gen Zers in their suits and ties. And people are not too thrilled with this. First off, if you get a Gen Zer to wear a suit and a tie, consider that a fucking win. Consider that a win. Yeah, it's just, annoying that a lot of people are upset about this. Yeah, I get it, but here's the thing. And this is honestly, okay? This has honestly been a thing that they could have easily fixed. But it hasn't been a harmless trend, though. There's some videos that show people taking to the aisles to cause a scene, distracting anyone who bought a ticket with their hard-earned cash and just wanted to see grooves rise. Some theaters have even begun denying entry to teens in the suits, seemingly due to the disturbances, which, again, a simple solution to that would have just been Theater B for the suits, Theater A for the families. And then you just soundproof Theater B. Or you make sure that Theater B is over here and there's nothing showing in Theater B, and, like any of the surrounding theaters right away. But Gentleminions, they're not necessarily this year's biggest ironic recontextualization of a film experience. Basically, it's not the worst thing that's happened in theaters this year. Look at Morbius. But some theaters, like I said, they've begun denying entrances. Honestly, this is literally what they could have just done. And I'm going to say this is my final thought on this. What they could have just done is simple. So you have so let's say you have a group of 20 people. 10 of those are teenagers in suit and ties going along with this TikTok trend. They get a ticket, Theater B. You look at them and you say, okay, and how many? All right, and you print out the ticket for Theater B. Here you go. And it tells them where they're going, Theater B. All the ones in Theater B are suit and ties. If you're afraid for property damage or something, that's when you just have one of the employees go, hey, you want to see a movie for free and keep an eye on some people for us? Here you go. Go keep an eye on them. You're an employee. Go keep an eye on them. Make sure they don't get out of hand. That's what you're getting paid for today. And then like 1 or 2 employees are in Theater B, and if they get out of hand, they push a button that stops the movie, and that's it. Which technically they can do. Because theaters aren't like they were back in the 90s. Where all you have to do is say, oh, well, I just need to, go to the theater and you can hear you can hear the projector in the background. No, it's automated. And there are cutoff switches for emergencies. Like, let's say there's a fire. There is some cutoff switches. Just take a wireless one into it that's designated to that theater. Boom. Cut off the movie if they start getting out of hand. Then all of a sudden, the lights come back on. And all of a sudden, you have the ushers there along with the manager. Like, they radio the manager going, hey, we need a manager. Theater B, they're out of hand. We're going to shut the movie off. Then all of a sudden, manager shows up, cut the movie off. All of a sudden, it's like, whoa, what the hell? Okay, gentlemen, all right, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Unfortunately, because you've gotten a little out of hand and causing a bit of property damage, we're going to have to ask you to please leave the theater via the exits here. Don't let them go back out through the main theater. Just have them go out through the emergency exits and thank them for coming. And then that's it. And if any of them try coming back in, which you figure they would try then, nope. Just have like one of the ushers there is like, we need your ticket, and they punch a hole in the ticket. And that way they can't say, oh no, I was in for it. Nope, because your ticket has a hole punched in it. That means that you were thrown out. Simple solution. Honest to God, it's simple solutions for everyday problems. And just like that, there's your solution for this. If they cause any property damage, you stop them and say, okay, no, you need to wait over here. We need to get some information from you. You are paying for that. And then they get their information. It's like, okay, well, you can expect to receive a bill in the mail for the damage that you caused to our theater. Have a nice day. And there you go. That is the solution to the problem. It is an honest, easy solution for this problem, which I don't understand how it could have gotten this far out of hand, but there you go. So it's that easy of a solution. Literally, it's that easy of a solution. And yet, we have no idea how in the hell to fix this, no idea what's going on, and it's just like, oh, we're just going to ban them. It's easier. Yeah, banning them is easier, but here's the thing. You can still make money off of this. When you're banning them, you're not making any money. At that point, it's like, well, now they don't want to come in because you're basically telling them that they can't come in. You're, preventing them entry. So now, who's to say that they're not, it's like, to them, they're like, oh, I don't want to come back now. I don't want to come back here and sit in this theater with you because you screwed me over. No, fuck you. I'm not coming back. Now, they don't want to come back. Now you have lost the potential, now you've lost them. And now you're looking at yourself like, well, now what do we do? Nothing, because you screwed yourselves. You lost the money on it. So, yeah, there you go. But, yeah. So, in all honesty, simple solution. Just put the ones in suits in Theater B and families in Theater A. And then you have a couple employees in Theater B with cutoff switch for the film and a walkie-talkie to get the manager over there. Say, just do like a code word. Just do a code word. You haven't even make it to the movie. Just go, but banana, Theater B, banana. And then all of a sudden, boom, in comes the manager. Comes running down, Theater B, cut off the movie. All right, everybody! We'd like to thank you for coming out. However, you've gotten a little too far out of hand. Therefore, we'd like to ask you to leave. You're going to have to exit out through here. Thank you. Please form an orderly filed line so that you can have your ticket punched. You will not be allowed re-entry today. I guarantee you that will then it will be respectable. Then it'll be respectable. Otherwise, yeah, you're just going to let them walk all over you. That's the problem. But if you had a plan in place to prevent this in the first place, it wouldn't have happened. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting at with that. Start to think it's been 3 years since the arson attack at Kyoto Animation Studio 1. But yeah, July 18th will mark the 3-year anniversary, so in 9 days. We're 9 days away from it. Since the devastating arson attack, it took the lives of 36 staff members, and honestly, it just, it was officially that was a heart-wrenching moment. I'm not going to lie about that. I remember it was a Thursday morning when I saw it, and my heart just rocked. It dropped right to the ground. I plummeted. But yeah, 3 years. It has been 3 years. It's hard to believe, but it's true. Much like the last couple of years, though, Kyoto Animation is going to forego a physical service for the upcoming anniversary, but supporters will be able to stream a 10-minute memorial video on the official YouTube channel. While it's still up in the air as to what will actually happen to the site of Studio 1 and the location of the physical memorial space, Kyoto Animation continues to ask fans to refrain from visiting in person or sending flowers and gifts to the studio. First off, the studio isn't even there anymore. They did tear it down. The building is gone. It is an empty lot. The neighbors around there have asked people not to come. They actually do shoo away. I have seen reports they actually do shoo away people that are coming there as looky-loos. But yeah, so they are continuing to ask fans do not go visiting the site. Do not send flowers or gifts to the studio. The memorial stream will be available to view starting July 18th at 10:30 a.m. Japan time. It'll be online for the rest of the day before being removed. So you're only going to be able to watch it one day. Hopefully it's going to be open to the public. Not just supporters. Hopefully everybody will get to watch it, which I think would be nice. But yeah, there was a thing put out on their Twitter regarding the decline of the memorial visit on July 18th. There's an entire thing you can click on then for like the website and that. But here's what Kyoto Animation had to say about it. Say in its announcement. It's been almost 3 years since the incident that took place at our first studio. With grief in our hearts, we have been producing animations while supporting each other and have kept moving forward day by day since then. Which is true. Like I said, this is the epitome of the rising of the Phoenix story. There has never been a better Phoenix metaphor than this. This one literally, it came out of left field. Like I said, my heart plummeted to the ground. So many people were sending their thoughts and condolences. There was an entire, I know a lot of the anime community were actually chipping in contributions. There was a GoFundMe for a while that was up. And I don't remember what they did with the money for it, because I know I know they wanted to give it to like the families and that, but I don't think the families took it. I don't know what they did with it then, but I'm pretty sure the families didn't take it if I remember right. But yeah, it was just a massive, humongous deal. But yeah, it's hard to think it's been 3 years. That was 2019. But yeah, wow, it's been 3 years since that happened. Wow. Yeah. But it might get a memorial monument. There was an article back in December saying that we don't know. I mean, they really don't want to. Let's put it this way: they don't really want to make it a memorial site because they don't want looky-loos to come there. They don't want people to come there and make asses out of themselves. Granted, the neighborhood, it would probably be nice for them, but the neighbors were not happy about it. They don't want people coming there to be looky-loos. They've actually, like I said, I've seen reports of them shooing people away. It's just, it's understandable. If I remember reading a lot of the stuff right when it happened, the one person that ran this little shop by there was like, she was heartbroken because she's like, every single day she would always see these smiling faces. They went to work, and after that incident, she was like, they were just gone. And then the ones that were going in, she was like, the smiles were no longer there. A lot of the ones that did survive did get shipped to other locations because obviously Studio One was not inhabitable anymore. They did knock it down, and it was done quickly too in the night. They did it quickly in the night too, and again, understandable too. I would have done it that fast too, but still, understandable. But yeah, they did it in the night just for the sake of getting it done and over with. But yeah, it was painful for all of them, and it's understandable that they really don't want to. I mean, I wouldn't want looky-loos going there and screwing around with the location. I would not be okay with that. So it makes sense to me in the long run to not have them there. Of course, the fans are gonna hope that they do something, and of course, they're gonna want to do something. I would say put like a memorial in your main headquarters, like a place where guests are always allowed to be. Put a memorial there and dedicate it to them. Do that. But yeah, it was heartbreaking to think it's been 3 years since that happened. Just damn, like I said, it just came out of left field, and I was just like not expecting it. But yeah, so either way, 3rd-year anniversary is coming up for it. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully the video will be up for everybody to watch and not just for the backers. Because it said supporters will be able to stream a 10-minute memorial video. I'm hoping it's going to be open to everybody, not just supporters, because there are a lot of people that were supporting them with good thoughts and wishes spreading around. You're like, hey, there's a GoFundMe for this that they couldn't monetarily give. Like me, I wasn't able to give monetarily, but hey, I spread the word around about it. So hopefully, hopefully everybody will get to watch it. But if not, it's understandable. But still, it's 3 years. I can't believe that. So Netflix is making a live-action Death Note from the creators of Stranger Things. And no, thank you. Thank you, but no. We've done live-action Death Notes. There have been a lot of them. There was Elle Saves the World, the 2 Death Note films. If I remember right, Netflix actually did do a live-action Death Note, which did not pan out well at all. So, no, thank you. But hope you haven't tired of live-action anime adaptations. Well, I have for a while, but that's beside the point. Because the creators of Stranger Things, the Duffer Brothers, are making a new live-action Death Note. Why? So according to Deadline, Max and Ross Duffer's newly formed production studio, Upside Down Pictures, I'm not touching that, will work on a new live-action series adaptation of the classic supernatural anime for Netflix. Although Netflix already made a live-action adaptation of Death Note in 2017, I knew it. The Upside Down Pictures version will be an entirely new take. How different could you make this from the original? There wasn't that much different there. Death Note, which was written by Sugumi Oba and illustrated by Takashi Obata, the same two creators that would go on to do one of my all-time favorite manga series, Bakuman, follows Light Yagami, a sardonic high school student who finds a supernatural notebook that gives him the power to kill anyone whose name is written in it, so long as he has their name and face. So long as he has their names and faces in mind. As long as he has their face in mind, he needs to know the exact way to spell their name, and he needs to picture the person while writing names. I know how the Death Note works. The Death Note works as thus. You need the person's face in your mind as you're writing their name. 2, you need to know exactly how they spell their name. 3, if you want to just kill them outright, they die of a heart attack in 6 minutes and 40 seconds. If you want to make it so that it's superfluous, as in a unique death, it needs to be something plausible. You can't say, dies in Paris, France. Unless it's physically possible for them to get to Paris, France in 6 minutes and 40 seconds, they ain't going to die there, and the Death Note will be rendered useless. There's a whole list of things that can and cannot be done on it. Hell, there was a one-shot that they did that had an eraser that you write the name in the Death Note, the person dies, but then if you use the eraser and you erase their name, they come back to life. And they were showing this to a cop. I remember that. Yeah. Outside of the Death Note remake, though, the Duffer Brothers are also working on a number of projects, including a series adaptation of Stephen King's 1984 novel, The Talisman, a stage play set within the world of mythology of Stranger Things, a separate spin-off series of Stranger Things vaguely described as based on an origin, and an untitled original series alongside Jeff Addis and Will Matthews, the creator of Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Oh yeah, that's a way to... Yeah, no. Meanwhile, though, Netflix has already turned off many Death Note fans with its previous undertaking. The 2017 live-action movie was a movie. Yeah. Instead of taking place in Japan, it was set in America and followed the Anglo-Saxonized Light Turner L. Mia Sutani, originally Misa Amane, and they respectively gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss each other on screen for an hour and 40 minutes while trying to claim control of the Death Note. If you think that one's bad, you should go watch the live-action movie that they did in Japan with subtitles. That one's even worse. You kill the character off at the end of it, and then they make a sequel where the character's still alive. How do you make a sequel to something that you kill the character? I fell asleep watching the damn thing. I fell asleep watching it. What does that tell you? While the 2017 live-action movie wasn't as terrible as the live-action treatment that Avatar: The Last Airbender or Dragon Ball Z Evolution got, its whinier, bumbling protagonists were grating for series fans. Look, it's Death Note. It's dark, serious, mature overtones. It's a horror-themed anime. It's like Paranoia Agent on steroids. If you can fuck that up, I have no hope that you're going to succeed in the future. Yeah. Let's see. Art. Yes. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the live-action movies in Japan were so great, but yeah, they weren't. It isn't to say though that the live-action movies that Japan did were that great, but arguably the best part of every live-action adaptation at that classic anime has been the iterations of the titular Shinigami Ryuk, particularly William Dafoe's version. Can't get enough of that apple-loving bastard. Yeah, it's. Like I said, I remember that they did an adaptation. I'm like, no, wait a minute, they did a Death Note thing and it sucked. Then again, Death Note is one of those series that it works better, in all honesty, it works better animated. It does not translate well to live action. It's like Cowboy Bebop in a way. And we all remember how well that went for Netflix. That was a swing and a miss of a failure for Netflix. But if Upside Down Pictures adaptation also takes place in the good old US of A, let's just hope it shelves lighter L this time around and instead adapts the 2021 shot that had the then president entering a bidding war for the Supernatural Notebook. Yeah, knowing Netflix, that's probably the direction they're going to tell them to go. Look, I'm not going to... I actually remember seeing that one shot, and I was like... I thought it was a fanfic, to be honest with you. Like a fan-made manga, like a doujinshi. So, yeah. But, here's the thing. Like I said, Death Note is not a series that translates well to live action. It doesn't translate well, period. One of my earliest podcasts I remember doing, there was a list of anime for new beginners, and I remember going off on a tangent because I said, and I quote, that you should not include Death Note on this list. Death Note is a series that you need to have at least 5 to 10 other anime series under your belt first. This is not a, I'm going to go into this with, guns ablazing and say, I'm going to watch, I am so going to watch Death Note first. It's like, no, Death Note is not a series that you watch first. Death Note is not the, no. Oh, God, no. No. Honestly, I have no, I have no love for Death Note. I remember watching it. I had the whole series. I remember slowly selling it off. But, yeah, no. It's not good. It sucks. In all honesty, it's not the world's greatest. It's a cult classic, yes, but is it my cup of tea? No. It's methodical. It's, thought-provoking, yes. It is literally a gigantic game of chess with massive scales. Does it balance the equation? No. Is it good in the end? Yeah, it's in the eye of the beholder. For me, the ending kind of felt half-assed. I'm not going to lie about that. That ending felt really half-assed. Just out of the blue half-assed. It really did. Otherwise, wasn't that bad, but still, it felt half-assed to me. Again, who am I to say anything? I'm just a loser on the internet. But, yeah, so hopefully Upside Down Pictures, hopefully this one bombs too. And then they'll get the idea to stop making live-action anime adaptations on Netflix, because they do not sell. Look at what happened with Cowboy Bebop. You ruined Cowboy Bebop. That live-action series got one season, and then it was so mercifully put out of its misery that even I had to thank the gods. It's like, nope, it was done. It was killed. Thank you. No more live-action Cowboy Bebop. That was a blight on the actor's otherwise spotless record, and they know it. Alright, everybody, that's going to do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. For the many of you that stuck around to the end of this. Let's face it, there's probably maybe 2 of you. Not even that. Probably none of you. Thank you all, though, so much for sticking around. I appreciate it. Like I said, I don't know how much longer the channel is going to be staying. But in the meantime, I'm still here. I'm still doing this. Even though it's not fun anymore, I'm still here. But, anyway, don't forget, we have patreon.com/webdesigner18. We have Ko-fi page. There's eBay. I have Etsy page, Simple Design by Andrew. There's a t-shirt thing. Follow me over on Twitter, webdesigner18 Facebook page. Like, comment, subscribe, and maybe I'll see you all next week. Who knows? Until then, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and bye, everybody. Have a good one.